What was it like working with Steve Martin on Leap of Faith? I can never, ever compliment Steve Martin enough. Steve Martin is one of the most intelligent people you will ever meet in your entire life. And about 4 weeks into the shoot, Steve Martin's assistant came over to me and said, "Steve really loves you." And I went, "He does?" He goes, "Yeah." And Steve would always, a lot of times, your A-list stars will have their lunch delivered to their trailer and not sit in the lunchroom with the crew. But Steve always sat in the lunchroom with the crew, but he would sit by himself. Well, at one point, Steve's assistant came to me, and Steve said, "Steve would like for you to have lunch with him." And I went, "Okay." So I went down with Steve, and after that, we were on the set for about 5 months. I sat with Steve every day at lunch. We had the most remarkable conversations. Steve's hearing is really, really sensitive. So I went to him and played Anything for Love before anyone else heard it. Steve was the first person to ever hear the song Anything for Love. And I had to turn it so low, and I'm deaf as a post, I couldn't hear it. But it was like amplified through a Marshall. And it finished, and he said, "That is one of the most remarkable songs I've ever heard in my entire life." And I said, "You actually heard that?" And he went, "Yeah." And I gave him a present at the end of the shoot. I gave him a keychain, a plastic keychain that said, "To Steve, love meat." And he said to me, "I will hang on to this forever." Steve Martin is #1 in my book. I love that guy to death. And you have no idea, one of the smartest people you will ever meet in your entire life. Next question, will you ever do Tiny Dancer? Not a prayer. That song belongs to Elton, and Elton only. In the video, Los Angeleser, Mr. Fire wore red shoes to match his red suit. Did Mr. Blue wear blue shoes to match his blue suit? The answer is yes. They just didn't get a shot of him. But yes, I have red shoes and blue shoes. Your Westies are adorable. Do they ever tour with you? When we first had our Westie, Angus, we have 2 names, Angus and McKenna. They're Scottish names, good Scottish names. Angus toured with us, but since we got 2, no, they don't tour with us because they're older now, and we just moved, and they're just getting over the move, and it's been about 6 weeks. So, but when we took Angus on tour as a puppy, he owned the tour bus. The tour bus belonged to Angus.